Greetings, lovely viewers. As well as you know, my name is Sizwe Maseko, and I humble myself before you today to share about the characteristics of the following concepts. Does it ever occur to you that human brain hemisphere have specific characteristics or behaviors they pose, just like how an engine contributes or attributes in a car? This concept is not new actually. It existed 5,000 years ago, as it was mentioned in the book of Coming Forth by Day, derogatively known as the Book of the Dead. Recently, numerous scientists around the world managed to prove that each brain hemisphere has its own characteristics or behavior it poses. Now, one can ask himself this question: what are brain characteristics? Well, the term brain characteristics refers to ways in which human brain hemisphere functions as individual regions, such as the left brain hemisphere, the central hemisphere, as well as the right hemisphere. So to say, I have a question to ask you. I heard you talking about the brain characteristics. So if you don't mind, I would like you to take me through the left brain characteristics.
Good questions there. Well, the term left brain characteristics refers to behaviors that are embodied by human left brain hemisphere. To elaborate even more further, allow me to take you through the left brain table, which is categorized into 4 stages. The characteristics, loop names, location, as well as the correspondences. Well, one of the characteristics that are posed by our left brain hemispheres are known as logical behavior. By logical behavior, I mean the production of lists, sequencing, math, and science. And its loop name is known as the temporal loop, which is located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere, and it corresponds with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere as well. Moving to number 2, well, which is detail orientation. Detail orientation constitutes things like fine details and facts. Its loop name is known as the frontal loop, and it's located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere, and it corresponds with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere. Moving to number 3, which is the combination of word and language. Word and language, I can say it facilitates things like speech production, understanding words, writing words, as well as communication at large. Their loop names are known as frontal and parental. They also located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere, and they correspond with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere, since these hemispheres work together in each and every thought process that they produce or manage to design. Moving to number 4, which is comprehension. Well, comprehension is nothing but the intelligence that helps us understand or comprehend something. And its loop name is known as the parental loop, which is located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere and also corresponds with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere. Moving to number 5, which is knowing. Knowing facilitates things like knowledge, how we receive and retrieve information. Its loop name is known as the temporal loop, and it's located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere, which also corresponds with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere. Shooting to number 6, which is acknowledgement. Acknowledgement facilitates or governs things like admission and apprehension, so to say. Its loop name is known as the parental loop, which is also located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere and corresponds with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere. Moving to number 7, which is object identification. Well, object identification governs the intelligence that helps us to understand what is what actually. And its loop name is known as the temporal loop, which is located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere and also corresponds with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere. Since I've mentioned that they always work together in each and every thought production. Moving to number 8, which is the last one, the management role. The management role governs things like planning, governing, as well as organizing, etc. Its loop name is known as the frontal loop, which is also located on the left-hand cerebral hemisphere and corresponds with the right-hand cerebral hemisphere. There you have it, sir. So if you don't mind, I would like you to take us through the right brain hemisphere if you have some notes with you. If you don't mind, the stage is yours, sir. Oh, I sure can, sir. I've prepared my notes as well, so you can give me the stage and I will run the show. Oh, I'm grateful for this opportunity, Mr. Maseko, and without any waste of time, allow me to shoot straight to the heat like an orator. Well, the term right brain characteristics refers to behaviors that are contained by our right brain hemisphere. And to paint a broader picture, allow me to introduce you to this right brain type here, which is categorized into 4 stages. The characteristics, the loop names, location, as well as the correspondences. And one of the characteristics that are posed by our right brain hemispheres are known as feelings, the use of feelings. The use of feelings constitute things like emotions at large. And its loop name is known as the occipital loop, which is located on the right-hand cerebral hemisphere and corresponds with the left-hand cerebral. It's located on the right-hand cerebral hemisphere and corresponds with the left-hand cerebral hemisphere. Moving to number 3, which is imagination rule. Imagination rule deals with imaginary things, reminiscence, etc. And its loop name is known as the occipital loop. It's located on the right-hand cerebral hemisphere and it corresponds with the left-hand cerebral hemisphere. Followed by symbols and images. Symbols and images governs things like pictorial versions, etc. And the frontal loop, and the loop name is known as the frontal loop, which is located on the right-hand cerebral hemisphere, also corresponds with the left-hand cerebral hemisphere. Moving to the next one, which is known as the intuition. Intuition governs things like instinctive rules, behaviors, hunches, etc., etc. And its loop name is known as the occipital loop and is located on the right-hand cerebral hemisphere. It corresponds with the left-hand cerebral hemisphere. The next one is known as appreciation. Appreciation governs things like gratefulness or being grateful or admission. Its loop name is known as the parental loop, which is located on the right-hand cerebral hemisphere and it corresponds with the left-hand cerebral hemisphere. Last but not least, it's known as the spatial perception. Spatial perception governs things like visual memories or visualizing with mind or with your mind. And the loop name is known as the occipital loop. It's also located on the right-hand cerebral hemisphere and it corresponds with the left-hand cerebral hemisphere. There you have it, sir. I think this is where I'll cut it. But I would like to take this opportunity to give thanks to my viewers at home, especially those who managed to view my videos on YouTube and supported me on Facebook or in every mode of interactions. Thanks a lot, guys. You are the best, and keep on watching my videos. I'm coming again with another one with a pen. Never forget to mention my production, my father, my everything, my mentor, which is ZZE. To those of you who know what is ZZE, big up yourself. Well said, sir, and we really appreciate your time. You've nailed it. Anything you said, it just took with me.
Sir, I see you've been observing all along, so I was just wondering to myself that you can't take us through the central brain hemisphere characteristics. Oh, thanks a lot for the opportunity, Mr. Maseko. But before I start, I would like you to allow me to take off my glasses. Well, you know that your wish is my command, Mr. Maseko. So without any waste of time, I'll shoot straight to it. Well, the term central brain hemisphere refers to the connector of both human brain hemispheres, the right and the left brain hemisphere. So, and among the important of these are the corpus callosum and the anterior commissure, several bands of nerve fibers called commissures that are responsible at connecting the left and the right side of the brain. These connections join areas of one cerebral hemisphere to corresponding areas of other hemispheres. When commissures are intact, information can pass back and forth between the hemispheres. But when they are cut, information cannot pass through, therefore we can discover what we call each brain hemisphere function, or rather we can discover what each isolated hemisphere can do. I will stop it right there. I won't be that lengthy because the time is not on my side, Mr. Maseko, but I would like to emphasize the fact that I really appreciate the opportunity you gave to me today. Thank you. So unfortunately we've reached the last part of our session, and today's conclusion is going to be in style because I'm not going to say it in words, but you will see it as a quote. Thank you.